For a lifetime, I had no idea that the narcissistic abuse that I was suffering from the narcissistic organization I was a part of, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and the narcissistic abuse coming from my environment and relationships was manifesting in my body physically. I, of course, did what many do. I went to the doctors, I tried all the special diets, I took every medication they prescribed, and I just got sicker. I was asleep, desperately looking outside of myself for answers, not understanding the simple truth that my body was simply speaking to me. My awakening to this truth came from an ancestor of mine. This simple change in perspective turned everything around for me. This ancestor of mine, Lorenzo Hill Hatch, kept a journal from the years 1855 to 1906. He wrote of suffering from the same symptoms that I struggled with. They were so severe that they often left him bedridden. I discovered that his health was greatly affected by his environment, signs of a strong empath. In his writings, I began noticing patterns between health and illness that were quite clear. Illness was often accompanied by harsh interactions from others and also efforts to be pleasing and accommodating to those in authority over him. He worked under the controlling leadership of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This dynamic brought trauma. The pain of what he experienced affected his emotional, mental, and physical health. They told him where to go, where to live, who to marry, what he was responsible for, and how much work he needed to accomplish to be worthy. He was a gentle and kind-hearted man that was deeply devoted to God. In an effort to do what was pleasing to what he believed to be God's church, he did everything they asked. He obeyed even when it required him to abandon himself, his truth, his needs, and the needs of his family. He was greatly abused by the church, and his body absorbed all of that energy. His heart cried out for healing through severe physical pain. Even though my ancestor and I have lived very different lives within the deepest parts of our hearts, we are very much the same. As I studied his words, it was as if the patterns that were the cause of his illness lifted off of the page. I was shocked to see these very same patterns playing out in my own life. I also was deeply rooted in my faith as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. From a very young age, I was programmed to view myself as a lesser human, unworthy, and in relationship with a conditionally loving God. The church told me what my worth was without even knowing my heart. They told me how much work I needed to do and how much money I needed to pay them to be a worthy daughter of God. If I didn't live up to what they thought I should be, they let me know. Shame and unworthiness covered my life. In an effort to please them and to be accepted by them, I literally twisted myself into a pretzel. Every assignment given, I accepted. I did my very best to show up and work hard. I wanted so badly to prove I was worthy, just like my ancestor did. And I did the same thing in my marriage with a narcissist. I did everything I could to prove that I was worthy of love, to be able to receive love from someone who was incapable of giving love. I spent over a decade trying to figure out what the hell was wrong with me, because surely it was my fault. And my relationship with the church programmed me and set me up to become a victim of narcissistic abuse. And all of that manifested in my body.